The day was September 5th, 2024, and as the clock struck midnight, the peaceful community surrounding Endarasha Hillside Academy was abruptly awakened by piercing screams emanating from the school. The dormitory was on fire. Parents and neighbors rushed to the scene, desperately trying to help with the evacuation efforts. As the dawn broke, the nation awakens to the devastating news. 21 young lives had been lost, and dozens more are injured. This tragic incident sent shockwaves throughout Kenya, leaving a profound sense of grief and disbelief. Amidst the sorrow, unsettling questions arose. Was this a case of arson? Was negligence to blame? And most hauntingly, could this catastrophe have been prevented? As the nation seeks answers, let's explore the circumstances leading to that fateful night. Located in Nyeri County, Kieni West Constituency, Endarasha Hillside Academy was established around 2009 by Mr. David Kieni. Perched on a hill, it offered a stunning view of the surrounding landscape. The school quickly gained a reputation for exemplary performance, attracting students from near and far. This growing interest necessitated the transformation of the academy into a boarding school to accommodate the influx of students. On that fateful day, the students retreated to their dormitories at around 9 p.m. after a long day filled with lessons and evening preps. The dormitory is a single-story building designed to house 156 children with double-decker beds lined against the walls. In an exclusive interview with Citizen TV, one of the survivors recounts the events leading up to the tragedy.
Anatuambia one of the kid alikuwa analala kwa kitanda ya juu, bulb ya yenye imemface ikalipuka, so hizo sparkles zikaanguka kwa kitanda na ikawasha mattress yake. Akaamsha 1, 2, 3 kids, wakajaribu wakashindwa, wakaenda wakaita matron. So matron kuitwa ndio wakapata moto ishaenea.
At around 10 p.m., shortly after the students have settled in, an electric bulb near the main entrance bursts into sparks, igniting the upper bed of a double-decker. The student in the adjacent bed notices the fire and, thinking he can handle it, silently attempts to put it out with the help of another student. Their efforts are futile, and the fire spreads faster than they anticipated, fueled by the wooden beds and mattresses. The students rush to call the matron for help. By the time they return, the fire has already grown out of control, with thick smoke filling the dormitory. Most of the children are trapped, overwhelmed by the smoke. They are consumed by the raging fire, with some burned beyond recognition. In the aftermath of the tragedy, and given that the student who first noticed the fire had time to try and put it out, as well as call the matron for help, one thing became painfully clear. The loss of lives could have been mitigated if the pupils had been properly trained on how to handle themselves in case of a fire. Proper fire safety training could have empowered the children to make life-saving decisions in those crucial moments. Fire is a chemical reaction that requires 3 essential components: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Heat is the energy source that ignites the fire. Fuel is any material that can burn, such as wood, paper, or fabric, and oxygen supports combustion, allowing the fire to continue burning. This combination of elements constitutes the fire triangle. When any one of these elements is removed, the fire can be extinguished. In any fire emergency, there are critical steps to follow. First, it's important to remain calm. Panic often leads to confusion and poor decision-making, so keeping a clear head is essential for survival. Second, assess the situation. If the fire is small and manageable, attempt to put it out. However, if the fire is beyond control, evacuation becomes the priority. Third, it is crucial to avoid smoke inhalation as much as possible, as smoke is the leading cause of death in fires. Covering your face with a blanket or wet cloth can significantly reduce exposure. As dense smoke rises, it's also important to stay low to the ground, where the air is clearer and easier to breathe. If evacuation is possible, do so immediately while shouting "fire" to alert others. Use designated exit points and avoid returning to retrieve personal belongings, as this can waste valuable time. In situations where individuals may be trapped and unable to evacuate, sealing the door and windows can help prevent smoke from entering the room. This action can slow the spread of the fire by restricting oxygen flow. Those trapped should signal for help by waving a cloth at the window, making themselves visible to rescuers. In the case of arson, awareness is equally crucial. Students should be educated to identify the smell of flammable substances, such as petrol, which can be easily recognized due to its highly volatile nature. Recognizing early warning signs can prevent a potential disaster from escalating. Our deepest condolences to all those who lost their loved ones. May their souls rest in eternal peace.